But back to it. So it took me almost 3 years to be able to sit in my lotus posture and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I was like, okay, so now this I'm able to do with a little bit of comfort. I
Mm-hmm.
won't say even with mastery level or something. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to go to the Himalayas. So last year I went to Himalayas after everything,
Mm-hmm.
and I had the fortune of meeting some truly enlightened people.
Wow.
Yeah,
And how was that experience meeting the enlightened people? Like when you
beyond
say
vocabulary.
when you say enlightened, right? I want to know more of this. Like how do you say this person is enlightened? How do you know this person is enlightened? Like if I come across someone, how do I say this person is enlightened?
Hmm. So I can tell you my experience
Mm-hmm.
because I think that experience changes from person to person, right?
Right.
There's no one size fits all kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing over here, right? So when I went to the Himalayas, my mother tongue is Telugu. Okay. Um, so when I went there, the first person that I met, I was talking in Hindi.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty
In the
fluent in
northern,
Hindi as
yeah.
well. Yeah, yeah. And then the person stops me and he's like, talk in the language that is comfortable to you,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I was like, I started talking in English. It's like, no, talk in the language that is comfortable to you. And then I started talking in Telugu. It's like, there we go. Now, and then he started talking in Telugu.
You start talking Telugu.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Now, the first time that happened, that's all right, right?
Uh-huh.
And then I met another person, same exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, second time can't be coincidence, or unless they're running like a school over here where they're like
My
multilingualistic
all
school,
language school.
correct? And I was like, that doesn't sound like a fathomable idea. So obviously they're able to read me through.
Uh-huh.
They're able to try to understand, okay, this person has some questions.
Mm-hmm.
So let's understand the question in a language that is comfortable to him and to us.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Let's find that happy medium. It's almost like when you go into any uh, meeting,
Mm-hmm.
client meeting or something like that, you might know the language, but if the other person is not from the US or if they're from somewhere else, right? You know how you make that subtle change to
Yes.
get to that level? It's almost like that.
Okay.
I think
Makes
that's the
sense.
best way to put it
That's
across.
yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And since that was the first step, my confidence was already high. And I was like, okay, these people are going to give me the answers, right? And then the next thing is I tell them, okay, what do I do to become a yogi? And then the answer that I got was, what makes you think you're not a yogi?
Okay.
You're already doing everything,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, and then they were like, you are a sadhaka. Sadhaka is a practitioner,
Mm-hmm.
right? So what are you doing? Just keep doing that. That's all it is.
Okay.
And when you have distractions, realize what is the distraction and realize whether it is going to fit into the grand scheme of things for your goal, for your objectives or not. If it is not, chuck it aside. If it is going to fit, explore that idea with. See how exactly you can fit that piece in your puzzle.
Hmm.
So, and those answers, right, as normal as they sound, right, when the right person tells you that answer, I think that's when you realize, okay, this is the answer that I'm seeking, and this is the answer that I got. And hence, this person is enlightened being. Or, in a fun or comical way, maybe you won't get enlightenment until you spend like $3,000 to go to Himalayas, and that's when you find it. Whichever approach suits you.